Hi, everyone. Hey, Miss Sabina. Miss Sabina, please check your email. Check your email. Hi, everybody. Okay, time to get my glasses. I can't read word. Hello, Mr. Tola. How are you? Hi, everyone. See, miracles will happen. Hi, everyone. Good evening, everybody. Come on in. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. What's going on? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Come on in. Let's talk immigration. Hello, Miss Giwa. How are you doing? Hi, TikTok family. Okay. Yes. I'm trying to read something. I don't know what it is today. My eyes have been misbehaving. I think I've spent the whole day on the screen, so that could be part of the issue. Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hey, Miss Creasy, how are you? Yeah, well, no, I don't think. I think I want to share the Stella name for now. I changed my name back. I don't know what my name is going to be next week, but yeah. Let's just leave that Stella. Hello, Miss Gibson. How are you doing? Where's your boy TJ? Still with his dad. We're still with his dad. So we swapped uh schedule just to accommodate each person's. Everyone's got something, so we just worked that. So we swapped so they have an extended time with their dad this week. Yeah, but he'll be back. You'll see him Thursday. Hello, Mr. Dorsey. How are you doing? What's going on? Hi, everyone. This is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients. Hello, Mr. Yusomi. How are you? Hello. Are you back? Are you back yet? You know what? Let me just get my glasses, y'all, because I can't see. Let me get my glasses on. Okay. Hello, my Guajiloa. Hi, it is Ellen Sanctuary. How are you? Good evening, everyone. Once again. Well, oh, okay. Let me know why. I mean, okay. Okay. Once again, this is Attorney 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I'm an immigration attorney physically based in Alabama, but representing immigration clients in all 50 states. We've got an immigration case. It was a case that we handle, and that information you can find out on our website. They list all the immigration cases, case types that I do. Reach out and consult with us, and we'll be glad to discuss your case, evaluate your case, and let you know what your options will be moving forward. So make sure you share, invite your friends. The next time we have live, which will be on Thursdays, y'all are very good in telling people. I think half of the consultations I had today were referrals, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, but y'all need to bring somebody on Thursday, like, hey, well, sis lawyer, auntie, also sense sometimes because the other half of the time, wala local manwa. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? I gotta decompress my brain. And I'm just glad that I have a job that keeps me busy. Because my mind, I have the attention span of a 2-year-old. My mind is always racing. But anyway, if we can help you out, Miss Illinois Sanctuary has been glad and gracious enough to help us with that information on Instagram. But our contact number is 334-341-4475. You can visit our website at olalayalawfirm.com. info@olalayalawfirm.com is a general inquiry. Email, text us, same number. WhatsApp, same number. We will be glad to help you with your immigration case. So let's talk immigration, people. So tonight I'm going to talk about, and then we'll go to questions at the end. Y'all already know the drill, right? Share and like. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel on all social media platforms. It's at Olalay Immigration. So please share, subscribe to YouTube channel, follow, like, on TikTok and Instagram. we would really appreciate that. I would really appreciate that. And thank you for all those who have shown, love to my, because I'm spotlighting my assistants. I couldn't do this by myself. So I've got to, the people behind the scene that make life a lot easier. And if they can work with me, they can work with anybody else. Just saying. Anyway, when to file an I-751 petition. So whenever I have a consultation and it's something that I know someone else is thinking, if someone is thinking along those lines, then I'm almost certain somebody else is thinking about it. So I always try to do a consultation. I always try to do a show where we can talk and we can have questions answered. So, no worries. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Come on in. So when to file an I-751 petition? I-751, well, after under the rock, but it's the right way, on this side of the earth, you know what an I-751 is. But generally, it is for those who are filing marriage-wise, because, people who are also EB5 get conditional residence. But marriage-wise, it's for those whose marriage is less than 2 years at the time that your green card is approved. So if you have a green card application in the works, whether it be at the embassy where you apply for immigrant visa or you adjust in the country, if your marriage is less than 2 years at the time you're granted adjustment or the immigrant visa, then you will be granted conditional residency status. What that means is when it's only valid for 2 years. Before the expiration of the 2 years, 90-day window before the expiration date of your conditional residency card, you are required. It's not optional. You are required to file an I-751 to remove the conditions of your residency. Now, the exception is this. If you are a military member, you're a serviceman or woman in the military, you're not required to file a 751 as a service member. So that's the exception. Abatoku. We all have to file a 751 petition to go from a 2-year green card to a 10-year green card. And one of the things that USCIS is doing now is if you submit sufficient evidence, just like a regular marriage case, they are actually using discretion to waive interviews. So it's a good thing, if I've been telling people that care to listen. If you have any immigration benefit that you qualify for at this point, please go ahead and file your case. The way things are looking, truth be told, we don't know what next year election is going to be like. And if if another party comes in, a lot of things that we have right now where it seems like there's some flexibility for us immigrants, it may not be. So if you've got something that you can file now, please, or you're eligible for it, go ahead and do that. Okay, so file a 751 if your marriage is less than 2 years. How do you count? Now, the 2 years, when does it start to run? Because I had a consultation today. The lady thought that the 2 years started from when she got married. And that's not the first time I've heard that. I've heard that many, many times. So it doesn't start to count from when you get married to your green card or citizen spouse. The 2 years starts to count from when you get your residency. So if you look at the card, your conditional residency card would have resident since whatever that date that comes after resident since, that's the date from when you begin to count the 2 years. Example, you have your conditional residency card and it says July 11, 2023. That is the date that you start to count the 2 years. So you have to file within a 90-day window before July 10, 2025. Not even if you got married, a year ago, it doesn't matter. What changes as far as when you get married and the effect of marriage on what type of green card you get depends on how long you have been married for before you are granted your conditional residency and or 10-year green card. So if by the time you adjust your status, your marriage is 2 years already, by the time USCIS grants you your adjustment of status, approves your I-485, then you will not have a conditional residency card. You will have a 10-year card. You will not need to file an I-751. However, if your marriage is still less than 2 years on the date that your I-485 is approved, even if it's in the 2 months before then, you will get a 2-year green card, and then you would have to file a 751 2 years after that. So generally, when should you file an I-751? You're required to file an I-751 within 2 years, or before the expiration of 2 years after you became a conditional resident. 90-day window before the 2nd year anniversary. That is the general rule. You're also generally required to file with your spouse. That's the general rule. So it's just like filing an I-130, I-485 all over again, because you're going to once again prove that your marriage is in good faith, continues to be in good faith, since USCIS granted you your conditional residency card. So that's the general rule. However, when to file, thinking about all grounds, will depend on the basis for which you're filing your I-751. Here's what I mean by that. Even though the general rule is you have to file with your spouse, and you cannot file earlier than 90 days before the 2nd year anniversary of your green card that you get. Exception. There's always an exception to every rule. The exception is this. If you're filing a self-petition, you are not required to wait for 2 years. I'm going to say that again. If you're filing an I-751 to remove the conditions on your residency, and you're not filing, another way to put it, you're not filing with your spouse, meaning it's not a joint petition, but it's based on extreme cruelty, meaning abuse. It's based on divorce. There was a good fit marriage, but it ended in divorce. It's based on extreme hardship. If you're filing based on any of those grounds, self-petition, waiver grounds, waiver of the joint residency requirement, you are not required to wait 2 years. You can literally file your 751 as soon as any of those conditions apply to you. So, for example, you get your I-750, you get your conditional residency card in January 2023. 6 months down the road, your spouse says, you know what, I have to follow that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Nigerian girl is just everything, She's a 3-course meal. And they say, you know what, I'm getting divorced. I don't want to be married, yada, yada, yada. And in your mind, you think, well, thanks for making it easier for me. Like, this is young. I'm the same age. I'm just saying this is just, thank you, Mr. Bennett. Yeah, don't forget to share, because this is very helpful too. This is free information. So your spouse decides, okay, 6 months after you go your conditional residency card, I'm done. I want to move on to somebody else. I met somebody new, whatever the case may be, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Divorce happens month 7. After 7 months, since you got your conditional residency card, you're divorced. Are you still required to wait until January 2025, 90 days before then, before you can file your I-751 to remove the conditions in your residency? Short answer, no. Why? Because at that point, you will qualify for a divorce waiver ground. And because you're going to be filing a self-petition, because you're going to be requesting the waiver of the joint residency requirement, then you do not have to wait the 2 years. You can immediately, after your divorce is final, send in your 751 based on divorce waiver as a self-petitioner. The same thing happens if you're filing based on abuse. In case of an abuse, you're not required to be divorced from your spouse. You can literally still be you still be in a relationship or even have kids. As long as you have proof of the abuse, then you're able to file your 751 petition anytime after you have received your conditional residency card, be it 10 days after you got the card or a year after, or you can still file a self-petition even after the 90-day window, meaning even after 2 years. Now, that is if USCIS has not issued your notice to European Immigration Court, because if you don't file that, then that's something you risk happening. So that's why I said when to file the 751 petition will depend on what basis you're filing your 751 petition on. If you're filing jointly with your spouse, then you don't have a choice. You're mandated to wait until the second year. You can file 90-day window before the second year anniversary. However, if you're filing on any other grounds, meaning a self-petition waiver ground, you're not required to wait the 2 years because you're filing as a self-petitioner requesting a waiver of the joint filing requirement, which is the only reason why you have to wait the 2 years. You can immediately file your 751 and get your 10-year green card and be on your way. Now, like I said, those in the military do not even have to file. You can go from getting the first green card and skip the 751 altogether. So, military, I'm just telling you what the law is. And that's all she wrote. That's pretty short, straightforward. I think that's very, very clear. That should be very helpful. Keep in mind that you're not counting, if you're filing jointly, you are not counting the 2 years from the time you got married. No, the 2 years is from your residency start date. If your marriage is already 2 years before you get your green card, then 751 doesn't apply to you because you will be getting a 10-year green card to start with. And that's all she wrote. Let's go to questions, people. Okay, let's see. I'm telling y'all. Don't be this same. My eyes are like I just don't know what to my truth when. Came out that way. July, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, y'all, looks like some of y'all just come in. And if TJ is not showing face, y'all just leave. Like y'all, y'all, yes. And Miss London, thank you. Once again, I represent immigration clients in all states. You don't have to be in my state where I'm licensed in Alabama and licensed in the state of New York. So I'm licensed in 2 states. However, because immigration is federal practice, I can represent immigration clients regardless of where you live. Actually, majority of my clients are not based in Alabama, really. And so it's no big deal. People's like, I do Zoom consultations, right? Okay, so that takes care of that. Okay, that takes care of that. I send evidence. Everything, it's so streamlined. Like, and if anything, COVID taught us that we had to think outside the box. And for me, I've really been mainly more remote than even physically back in the office. If I don't have to go, because I have a long commute from where I live to my office, if I really don't have to go in, I would not, because I can basically run my practice from anywhere in the world, and that's just the truth. But obviously, yes, we have to print out documents and all that. Yeah, but outside of that, mostly what we need you to do will be sent. Apart from passport photographs and money orders or whatever, then everything is really remotely. So it doesn't matter what state you live in. We can and do represent immigration clients in all states. 334-341-4475. That's our contact information. Thank you, Mr. Dorsey. I appreciate that. Okay. Friend got green card in, let me put this on the screen. Friend got green card in September 2020. Y'all, today was Valwin Day. I digress. I thought I have an attention span of a 2-year. Anyway, I'm not going to win. Listen, when, because I have a lady who comes and she's an assistant and comes to help me. So when that mail came in and I opened that appeal decision, and the way I literally was put out of my own office. She said, Abby, we can't concentrate. Can you please leave? Like, Nibo, everything was orange. Well, of your working. But you're like, no, you can't do this because we already know how you get with this kind of stuff. So you need to take you get 5 minutes and to come back when you're calm. I was like, well, okay. I love my number, Willie, but I'll be back. But listen, y'all don't even understand what immigrants. Well, y'all do, but a lot of people don't. When things are like, when that's your last, it's not like last hope, but that's your last chance where you're just like, at that point, I'm just going back home. But I'm crazy. I love taking risks. But then I understand it's people's lives. So I always will make you understand this is the consequence of what we're doing, that it may happen. But Hawaiian Jaja. That's what I was thinking when I was like, and then y'all, do you understand that I actually argue for a living? That's basically what I do. Sometimes I have to remind myself, like, Like, that's really like you argue to make money. That's why when I come home and TJ's like, yada, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, at least if I argue with people outside, I get paid for it. I'm going to come back in my house where this little human being, yeah, it's bigger than me, but he's still little. Don't pay no rent, don't pay no bill, nothing. It's gonna now make me work myself up and not get paid for it. Like, I ain't doing it. But anyway, today was good. Today was good. We just God, listen, what God cannot do doesn't exist. People say that casually, but when you really think about it, that the ultimate creator, the creative one who created the world, he knows what he wants to decide before that incident even happens. And so sometimes I always, that's the way I operate, because I know it's not what I know. It's what God is going to do. He's going to use people at the end of the day. If he's chosen to use me in this line of work, and I'm grateful, because I always say the day I begin to think that I have any power of my own, that's the day I begin to fail. Or because I know I'm fully convinced that I'm clearly understand that it's indeed his own doing, that he will make it so clear that it's nothing about you. It's because he wants his glory to shine, and all credit goes back to him. So we're about to start a church here, but listen, yeah, I have a headache from shouting today. Frank got green card in September 2020, filed for 2 younger children after on a valid green card in September 2020, not heard from immigration. How long will children join family in the U.S., please? Ms. Gibson, I'm not really sure that I understand. If I understand what you're asking, so did they not list the children in their VAW petition? Because if they already listed the children in the VAW petition, then those children would have been included as derivative beneficiaries, which would be listed on the prima facie determination. And when they got their green card, what they would have to do is to file an I-824 and asking USCIS to notify the NVC, to notify the embassy that, okay, we have kids that can derive from this, because now the parent is a green card holder and they apply for immigrant visa. So if the person is doing it themselves, please tell them to see your lawyer and make sure they're doing the right thing. I mean, they can do it that way, but why go the route of waiting for an I-130 to be approved before they need to just sit down and talk to a lawyer. So this is not a case where you can answer. This is not a question to just say yes, no, what is going on, or how long will it take to join a family. It depends on if they have even done the right thing to start with. Okay, so let's see. Applied for E-80 in September 2022, but I'm yet to get it. What category E-80 did you apply for? Okay, I applied for E-80 through VAW in September 2022, but yet to get it. What category did you apply for? Mr. Adewale, what category? Was it C31 or was it C9? If it's a C9, then that's fine. It's not unusual because it's not even a year yet. So it's taking them that long. But the first place you want to start is to make sure that you actually applied for the right category of work permit. Okay. I applied for E-80s in September 2022. That's the same person. Just in the order of your name. All right, let's go. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Yes, they were listed under the VAW. Okay. Ms. Gibson, you seem to know so much about this friend. How about you have the friend meet with a lawyer? They said they're waiting for the case to be sent to visa center system. Oh, okay. So that's then I-824. It depends on the service center that is processing it. Because I haven't had anyone take longer than 4 months, but it still depends on where the 824 is being processed. So if they've already done what they're supposed to do, which is to file an I-824, then they just have to wait. Okay. I mean, they can check and see what the processing time is for Vermont. And you go to USCIS.gov/processing time, and then you'll be able to see that. Okay. So that should take care of that. All right. I got an Instagram, y'all. Let's see. With all due respect, allow me to say you're very beautiful. Oh, please, you're welcome. Bring it on. Thank you. I remember when TJ was much younger. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, but no, he's was different. When TJ, because if you've seen TJ, well, if you've noticed, I should say, TJ, he's got brows that are to die for. Like he's got brows that we women pay for, natural. And my brows were very close to that. Then I discovered tweezers. Here we are. But so because of that, he had really full hair, black brows, and a lot of hair. And people would say, and their dad is like much lighter than I am. He's like, I used to in Nigeria, I used to call his then fiance, he's calling Salamo. Y'all don't come for me. I'm just telling you what I used to, because he's light skinned. He's much darker now, but he was much lighter than he is now. So TJ is in between, like my complexion and his dad mixed together. And so he was much fairer when he was younger. And people would say, what a very good looking kid. And he had chubby cheeks and all. And rather than this kid of mine saying thank you, my kid would say, I know. You say, I know. So I'm like, TJ, no, that's not what we say. What someone says, you're good looking, you're handsome. You say thank you. He goes, but I know you know. I'm just, yeah. So, but thank you. I'm just, yeah. Hello, Timmy. Hello. Thank you for joining from Houston. I just got married last month, and can my husband file for me this month? There's no time frame as far as when you get married and when you should file. The 90-day rule as far as coming in and filing your for your green card within 90 days, that's no longer in effect, quote unquote. However, every case is still going to be decided on a case-by-case basis. So, but there's no hard rule on when you should or should not file. Hello, Miss Christy. How are you? Can someone who doesn't get green card but have Social Security work after getting divorced? If you don't have work permits authorize you to work, then you can't work. How can I start processing my national interest waiver? I'm a STEM grad student and in St. Louis. You can set up a consultation to discuss your case. Consultation is 1:30, 30 minutes, 245 minutes, and 2:30 for an hour. And we can evaluate your case for you. 334-341-4475. Apply for 751 to remove conditions. How much it takes to receive? How long does it take to receive your 48-month extension? I can go by what we're seeing in our firm. I think we got about 3 of those extensions today. One of that, Mr. Shito, if you're watching me, I have your extension. Shito is a very general name, so you don't know who that is. When did we file his? 2 of those I know we filed the tail end of May, like last week in May. So, but I want to say about 30 days, give or take. That's what I'm seeing in my firm. Can I speed up I-130? Yes, you can always call USCIS to expedite a petition or application. It still depends on if they do that. How long does it take to get a green card through VA? So if you go on my page, I have it on TikTok. So actually I have it. maybe except on YouTube. I have to find out. I have someone else to post. I don't think. Anyway, if you go on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, I did a video about what to expect about your VAR process. So you know exactly, not specific timeline, but how the process works. And knowing how the process works helps you understand when to expect different things at different levels. So that's what I would say, Jason, if you want to do that. And it's at 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 Immigration on all platforms. Hey, Mizi. How long after you get married should you file? There's no same answer. There's no time frame. Is there any way to expedite a VAR case? You can write USCIS, the Vermont Service Center. If you have an attorney in your case, your attorney can request that through the emails that attorneys use to contact the Vermont Service Center. I came in as a tourist, married my U.S. citizen military fiance after a week. Being here for 3 months, cannot adjust my status. Generally, you can. Just be aware, disclaimer, general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. Just be aware that USCIS may or may not decide that you misrepresented because you got married. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting married because, listen, we're in America. People do things on the spur of the moment. People just get up and say, hey, ella lo digas, let's go get married. That's the reality. But since you've been here 3 months, I wouldn't anticipate any problems generally. However, just something to keep in mind. Tigo, thank you. Can I file for VAR or 751 based on extreme cruelty or emotional abuse? And what proves? What do you mean? What proves? You mean what proof? Okay, good question. VAR or 751? 751 only applies to you if you already have a conditional resident card. So you have a 2-year green card already. And now it's about to expire, and then you've been subjected to abuse. You have the option of filing a self-petition based on abuse, VAR I-751. Completely different from a full-blown I-360 VAR case, which is a situation where you do not have a green card yet, or something happened to your 2-year green card that prevented you from going from a 2-year to 10-year, and now you're having to start all over again. So I hope that helps. But if you're not clear on what we're trying to file, your best option is to sit down with a lawyer and discuss your case. Emotional abuse from spouse and stepson. All right. I mean, so, okay. I would just suggest you discussing it and have your case evaluated. You can call us. We can help you. I got another attorney to start doing consultations, but we found that y'all just don't want to do that. So I would appreciate if you guys work, because I don't want to burn out. And I truly, I'm humbled by the fact that, people believe that I know what I'm doing, but we'll try it again and just see that if y'all would just embrace her and yeah. But anyway, but we can help you to discuss your case. 334-341-4475. Okay. Does VAR really work? I don't know how to answer that question. I'm not. What, Rika? What do you mean by does VAR really work? Submitted an I-130 February, but I've not heard back from USCIS. Airboss, you haven't received the receipt notice from them? How long will the appointment be available for your wife to become to America from to come to the United States from Nigeria? Nigeria is one of those countries where there's a long backlog, like emphasis on long. So I would suggest looking into the possibility of transferring your case to another embassy with a shorter interview waiting time. However, first of all, Google and research how far out that embassy you want to transfer to is scheduling interviews before you do the transfer, because the last thing you want to do is to start the transfer process, which can take a while in itself, and then end up in the same place or even worse than where you started from. Is it safe to travel on a refugee travel document? Generally, yes. I'm not telling you to travel because I don't know anything about your case. But if there isn't any issues, that's the whole point of having a refugee travel document. So you can travel to other countries aside from where you fear persecution. But generally, yes. Okay. How long does an I-751 take to grant approval after receiving 48 months extension? Depends on the USCIS office working in your case, where you live, what the basis of your 751 is. There's a whole lot that goes into that. Okay, let's go to Instagram. Thank you, Miss Endless Sanctuary. Let's go to Instagram. Saintly _ accessories. Thank you. God's favorite. Y'all crack me up, I'm telling you. Y'all crack me up. Okay. All right. Good evening, Miss Gima. How's your week been? Well, it's Tuesday, but yeah, it feels like it's just me. Does anyone think that this week is going real slow? Just me? Yeah, that's okay. All righty. We've been like a 4-course. If y'all just spend one day in my brain, you're like, auntie. Because I'm telling you, when I was growing up, my mom, I don't know if my mom is here. I was a tomboy. All of this you see, it's God's grace. I was a full-blown tomboy. Just you gotta understand that, you know how you grew up in Nigeria and you have a sibling that you're very close to, and it's just two of you. So there's 16 months between my older brother and I, or my older brother and me. Right, April. So my birthday's next one, y'all. We're allowed to stand gifts to you. I'm going to be 45 on August 21st. 45. Where did the time go? I was like, oh Lord. I remember when my mom turned 40. It's like, I want me easy that go. And like, I'm going to be 45. So TJ's birthday is the day before mine. That kid has just been, he's been attached to my hip from day one. TJ's birthday should have been September 3rd. That was his due date. That was my due date. Should have been his birthday. But no, in true TJ form, had to take had to take the moment. Like, auntie, you want your birthday? No, I'll come first so people can remember my birthday for years. So literally, I spent my 32nd birthday in the hospital having a baby. So there we go. Yeah, so his birthday is actually a day before mine. But I'll be 45 next month. Wow. God has been faithful. God has been faithful. God has been faithful. But listen, the first few years with my older brother and I, it was I wasn't rascally like he was, but so there's 16 months. I'll be in April and August. Yeah, 1 year. I went in law school because I didn't have to do math. So yeah, 16 months between us. And then My younger brother and I, there's 4 years. So yeah. Good favor, yeah. That's the gist. Now, I always have gist. I always have something. Now. I got a question. When you receive the VAR receipts and you have your work permit and travel document approved based on your previous case, USCIS will change the card to the Class C31. I don't understand your question at all. When you receive your VAR receipts and you have your work permit and travel document approved based on your previous case, USCIS will change the card to the Class C. USCIS is not changing any class to C31. You only get a C31 EAD when you have your VAR case approved, meaning your I-360 has been approved. Majority of my cases, that's how we even know that a VAR case isn't approved, because you get an alert saying we ordered your new card. It shows under your I-360 receipt number, but the card they're talking about is a work permit, because on the form it asks you, do you want us to send you an employment authorization and put an approval? As long as you check yes, then they would automatically send that to you. You also get a C31 once that is expired and you have to renew it. But so I don't understand what you're asking really, but that's the best I can offer in that. Is it safe to travel to India in advance for a while adjustment of status is pending? Generally, it's okay. I can't tell you whether to travel or not. I don't represent you, so I'm just giving you general information. Can someone with stamp extension due to pending I-751 be a co-sponsor? Generally, yes, because as long as you still have the 751 pending and you have the stamp, you're nothing has changed in your status. So generally, yes. Hello, Mr. Olani. How are you? 𝒘𝒐𝒓𝒌𝒊𝒕. How is everybody? It's good to see you here. How much is consultation? It is 30 minutes, 130, 45 minutes, 200, 1 hour, 230. I always forget it because, see, I don't do well with numbers. Now, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕 from morning to night. Yes. Count me in. Oh, this is from a very, very special person. I'm going to say, I don't know if she wants me to say, but you see, it's like Cleopatra kind of thing. I love jewelry. I love bling. Can you tell? I got that from my mom, dude, because my dad was very simple. My dad was a very simple man. My dad was extremely simple. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might need this information. Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Dana. All right, let's see. Hello, Mr. Jude. Okay, let's see. During live sessions on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Central Time to learn more about immigration policy. Thank you, lady. Now, 9 p.m. Today was better, right? We're getting it's 9 p.m. Now, if you're on and you're waiting for me at 9 p.m., it's because the intention is what matters. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay, let's see. I'm stuck and I can't find my road in the journey of immigration. I don't want to hear it. I don't want you to feel stuck. I want you to know, and that's what I have many of my clients here, and they can testify to that. Now, you can't possibly please everybody. I always say, if you are living a life or doing things that everybody is pleased with, that you're living an extraordinary life. That is just the truth. It's impossible to please everybody. There's some people, there's nothing you do that's going to be, some people are ready to just find faults before you even act or speak. That's just reality, right? But for the most part, am I very assertive and very direct? I am. Listen, y'all, I'm a Nigerian woman. We don't know how to sugarcoat nothing. We say it as I decide when we move on. But I want my clients, I take my clients along. If you have any questions whatsoever, my office, my not regular office hours, yeah, but I've been known to send emails to people in the middle of the night and they're like, what in God's name is she still awake for? Because I get an email and I say, if this person doesn't get this response, he's probably going to freak out. He's going to let me just take time. I'm still up and now my policy is I'll respond to emails within 72 hours, and I think that's more than reasonable. But it's important that you know what you're going through, what your immigration process is. So our groups limited. I think it's time for you to get a lawyer, consult with a lawyer at the very least, and get yourself more information. That's a good place to start. Okay. If you have filed for green card through marriage in February this year and up to now, the response, no, not even the work authorization or parole is approved yet. Do I have to be worried? No. If you're talking about February this year, that was what, 5 months ago? Now, I've filed 4 cases, more than 4, but 4 cases between May and now, that between the first week of May and today, 4 cases that I know of where we have received their E80s. The longest was 30 days. Those cases, and I have some cases still pending since January. Though I have a case pending since since November. We're still waiting on E80. Now, the good thing about that case is we got an RFE for the medical, and we sent that in last week. So, fingers crossed. I'm just saying there is no rhyme or reason with USCIS. But with the E80s that I got, this four cases, let me tell you something about what I noticed. Even though we submitted advanced parole applications at the same time, they approved just the E80s by themselves. So the cards came in saying not valid for re-entry. So it looks like in some cases that they are deciding to bifurcate the work permit away from the advanced parole. And that's kind of like speeding things up. So it may be that advanced parole is what is holding all the cases back because they are probably scheduled to be approved together. I don't know if that's making sense, but that's just what we're seeing. But February is not no. The enemy of my eyebrow. I found tweezers. I saw my mom used to tweeze, and I'm like, and I mommy, okay, she fashion lunch, she came in try it. Twist all this stuff like. Now it's like I might need lots of pencil help or else from time to time. Yeah. Like TJ's got the coveted eyebrows. He's got so much eyebrows, they actually meet in the middle. You know those people that have so much the thick eyebrows? But my boys actually, they've got really, really thick. I'm like, damn. And yet been see in the stomach for like 10 months. Yo, it's not 9 months you get pregnant, you stay pregnant. It's 10 months. Pregnancy is 10 months. I don't care what anybody says. 40 weeks by calculation is 10 freaking months. Yeah. Fighting, I'm just saying. Hello, Mr. Blaze. How are you? Hello, Epic Movement. So I should be in contact with you soon. Soon. Okay. How you doing? You settled in? Hello, Mr. Shudo. If you're just joining in, I have your extension notice. Shagbo, give it till tomorrow to send it to you. Don't, because I know you send me like, lawyer, Nikki. No, I didn't say you email me tonight. I just told you that I have it. So I will send it to you. Shagbo, hello, finest Shandy. My sister from another mother. That woman is fine. I'm not kidding. I mean, when we met, I'm like, until you find your, she is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I just submitted my work authorization and it's going to be 2 years like the first one. I just submitted my work authorization. Is it going to be 2 years like the first one? What category? Because that's important as to, can an asylee return to his country after getting a green card? Generally, no, unless you have a valid reason to do that. It's safer to do it when you have become a citizen. Okay. Yeah, disclaimer, this is only general information. If you need anything specific, you can call us at 334-341-4475. Our group's limited. You need to sit down with a lawyer and discuss your case. Do more grants you use to sell petition at I-751 work better in your favor? It's not like it works better in your favor. It increases your chances, but it doesn't mean that they would have to grant it on one basis. In a case where, unless my client insists, there's some cases where I have clients who don't want to get divorced, but they've been subject to abuse. And I have cases where, they don't mind getting a divorce, but I'd rather we stick with abuse because we got a very strong case. Obviously, I can give any guarantees of an outcome, but I think Epic, I think I'm good with yours. If we're going to add that, that's fine. If not, but it's not like it works better in your favor. It just gives you more options. So if one doesn't stick, maybe the other one will stick. Does that answer? I hope that answers your question. Okay. Full option. It's like a 3-course meal. I think it's more on. I like trouble. Can you tell? Listen, life is too short. If you cannot laugh, you can't have fun, and just leave. We all have down days. We have days that we don't feel like getting out of bed, but then you look up to heaven and just pray and ask God to just give you strength, right? So, happy birthday in advance. Thank you. 45. Y'all. Because, whenever all my friends have been 45, I keep making fun of them. Like, ain't this small 50 ago. So I can't be saying that now. I got to find another line. I'm going to find something else to start saying. I have one of my bestest girlfriends. Like, I know the bestest, but bestest emphasize. She's 49. It's like, wow. Auntie, 50 my leg. 50 my leg, whole legs here. But I can't be making a lot of noise now because, like, lick finger, yeah, she better. Y'all, listen. There's no shame in my game. Ella order meat pie and sausage roll as birthday present from Lick Finger. That'll be fine. She knows where I live. Just let her know, hey, Cecilia Fernandez. She got you. No shame in my game. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Or no, order snail. My mom uncle have uncle style line the cover. No, I got champagne, taste. I won't say beer budget though, but yeah. Aw, thank you, Finest Shandy. Thank you. Happy birthday. Listen, I'm telling you, y'all. When there used to be a time that I was coloring my hair because it's like, this makes me look much older than I am and all that. Because growing up, I've always had a very young face. If you look at my early photos, people were always like, eh. But when I started having gray hair, I was like, no, I don't want to look older. But I turned 40. I don't know if anyone else, but I turned 40 and I was like, I'll be damned. Like, okay. You for me, it was a completely like something that was an epiphany kind of thing. It was, and then that was the same year I got divorced. Maybe that was part of why. Maybe that was why I was like, free at last. I know, crazy. But I turned 40, got divorced the same year, and it was just like starting. But the one thing I've noticed about me is I've really come to. I've always there's confidence, there's arrogance. It's not arrogance, no, but confidence is one thing I teach my boys. If I'm speaking to somebody, you got to look me in the face, strong, so because my oldest is really shy. So, and I used to be very shy. Believe it or not, people, I used to be very shy. I'm sure you're like, you're all Antifa. Ask my mama. I used to be very, very shy. Now, whenever I came to arguing, the shyness went away because I would argue with a door. But other than that, so I understand where my oldest kid, and if he doesn't talk like I do. But I turned 40 and I came into like just really embracing all of me in a sense, like, I don't know, being more sensual about yourself. And okay, ladies, let's talk. We grew up in a country where you don't really talk about sensuality. No, I'm not saying sexuality, I'm just saying sensuality, embracing who you are. And it's okay to be who you are. And that's a story for another day. Let's keep going. But thank you in advance. I appreciate that. But so I just stopped dyeing my hair. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. There we go. And I cannot tell you how many compliments I get on this hair on a daily basis. Daily basis. I get the most compliments from white men, though. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. Can I find I-130 for my mom simultaneously with I-29F-K1 visa? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. Finance Shandy, what's not possible? Oh, being shy. Is that what you're referring to? Oh, thank you, God's favorite. Okay, not being able to please. Absolutely. Only water. Even water cannot please everybody. Even water can please everybody. I'm telling you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Somebody tries to lie you will regain your confidence. Oh, she does. I mean, y'all, let's not get mushy yet, because Epic, we share the same. Oh, Epic and I have the same birthday. Epic Movement. If you hear me all the time talking about Epic Movement, he's on. We have the same birthday, so he gets me because I'm Leo. I'm Leo baby. Like you see that's we're strong, but we're extremely compassionate. Now we'll tell you as it is. I don't know how to sugarcoat nothing. That's put me in a lot of trouble growing up. It still puts me in trouble. That's okay. But whenever I'm in court for criminal defense, people know not to. Don't cross me, because I'll come for you. I'll come for you. If you try to be disrespectful, I will drag you down. Yeah, they know. Don't try it. But if you smile with me, I'll smile with you. That's okay. And everything will be okay. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Finest Shandy. Thank you, Miss Ernest Sanctuary, Miss Albina, Epic Movement. Yeah, those are my clients. I appreciate you all. All. So the like the appeal case, it gets very emotional for me, because they denied the case. They refused the response to notice of intent to deny the case itself. And the last hope was in the appeal, which was really like, when the Bible says hoping against hope. But when a client tells you, just something in my spirit just tells me that you're the one God is going to use to help me. Do I get denials? Please, absolutely. Do I love it? No, it actually messes up my brain and I can't function the rest of the day. Because it's work for me, yes. But unlike, I'm just one who is very, I feel that, I sit there and I start to think, okay, what could I have done? Even though I've done everything, it's just because of who I am. And I know that if what it now means to a client. So the next thing is, okay, what do we do? How do we come? That's how my brain works. And so when someone says, I just know that God is going to use you, I don't know how, but even you at the point, because sometimes we all feed up other people's energy. And that's why it's good to surround yourself with people who are positive minded. You cannot be defeated here and expect victory. It doesn't work that way. And so when a client tells you that and they say, I just believe you're going to be the one God is going to do it, I'm just convinced in my spirit. I'm like, okay, because I'm not convinced, but okay. But we actually said, we can't give up. And I'll tell Henley, we can't give up. We can't. And so fitting it off each other that way actually made it. I mean, I remember when I drafted that appeal brief, I think I was up till 4 a.m. Because I was up to, because once I start something, I'm like, you know what, and I gotta finish this, and I look at it and I'm like, oh shoot. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Being able to call her and say, hey, they told them they have to reverse their decision. Yeah. Okay. Fine, Shandy. You know you more queer fine. America. Because yeah, you don't do TJ now. Or I don't want you to do TJ, or what should I say? Because TJ is not gonna. He's now if you tell TJ you're really handsome, he'll say thank you, but he will smile, and that kind of smile like, well, I know, but thank you. confidence much. Your words of encouragement keep me going. Grateful for you. Oh, you'll say golden years loading. Eleanor Sanctuary, I'm going to see you soon. Keep at it. Keep going. Because now you want me to flog you. I'm still your older sister. Keep going. Now, okay. God's favorite, thank you. Epic is sponsoring his birthday. He will. I'm sure he will. But y'all leave him alone. Black. Yeah, the black. Someone's like, you wear black all the time. I'm a lawyer. It's default. It's deep. Like if someone. So I went to court one day and I wore a red dress. And I already have gray hair. I already stand out with my accent. And then you wear a red dress. It's like. Even the judge is like, Miss Ola, I see you're not wearing black. I ain't wearing black today. Y'all can be looking all black. I'm going to stand out. And. And one of my bestest friends, Steve Boyd, I don't know if he comes on sometimes. He was saying to the other ladies, he goes, and she's had two. See that dress? And she's had two kids. Like, Steve, why do you like to look for trouble? Like what? Because I'm just letting them know. Like, why? They can see. But I was like, that day I was ready to look for trouble that thing myself. But I'm mostly in black. It's just a default for me. God's favor will speak on our behalf. Can I reapply for reinstatement of F1 after a year of expiration? That's a hard sell unless you can prove that it's more than 5 years. It's more than 5 months because of something that was beyond your control. You were sick, whatever the case. But after 5 months, it's a tough one. Elena Sanctuary, don't backtrack now. No. I'm Lamari Balagbara Jesu. Thank you, Miss Eniola. Okay, people. All right. So once again, if let me, because he's always, let me see if he's still there. It's been a while we did that. If we can help you with your immigration case, once again, our contact number is Femi Banjo. Watching you, okay. I know what that's supposed to mean. 334-341-4475. But listen, there is if nothing, because I sat in my chair and I was like, if for whatever reason, because we all have our moments where we say, you know what, God, why did this not happen this way and all that? Hello? Oh, okay, he left. Why did this not happen this way? You know, what in case maybe this wasn't the result I was hoping to get. It would be great for things to all work out the way we want. The Bible promises us that all things will work together for our good. You know, the plans He has for us are for good, and not of evil, to bring us a future and a hope, to give us a future and a hope, to bring us an expected end. That's actually what Jeremiah 29:11 says. But sometimes, hello, Lickfinger. Hey, Lickfinger just joined. Y'all, wait, they're doing birthday pre-orders. I ain't shy about this. Lickfinger, I'm not. Y'all need to get her handle. Yeah, Lickfinger _ sausage roll, snail, and meat pie. She knows where I live. Y'all just contact her like, hey, Sister Lloyd is going to be 45 in August. Only meat pie to sausage roll. I don't fat to snail. She got you. Don't even leave it alone. If y'all ain't going to do it, don't even ask me questions anymore. But thank you. But I say all that to say this, today was another reminder for me. The C31 EAD, which is what you get when your VA is approved, the VA approval, just knowing that people's lives are changing. The C31 was a hard response. It was a strategic response. I can never forget. She had lost hope. And I told her, like, the hope is, I don't have any hope to give you, but hope in God that God doesn't, he's put people here on earth to help me, to help you. We're going to help one another. And so to see that come in, red lipstick, I had to find. So this is like a mixture of two brands. Listen, but see that come in and know that someone's life is changing. You know, and for my PO client, she has a son who's also going to benefit from that. It's just an all around amazing experience to just watch God in motion. And I pray that we'll all continue to watch God move on our behalf in all circumstances, especially in things that we thought were dead, that he will bring back, those dry bones, speak them back into existence and actually let us know, and there'll be no doubt that it's only because of his power. And with that, I will see you guys